What it do, guys? Manjoume here, and today we're going to be checking out the Renegade Game Studios Transformers deck building game, a game by Matt, Hyra, and Dan Blanchett. Let's open her first. Gonna check out what's in here, the contents, and then in a future video, probably do at least a game. Check it out. So the front of the box is pretty interesting because it's like shiny all up on the characters, and the background is like kind of flat. Can't really see it on camera right now, but it's actually pretty neat. Looking at the side of the box, I think that's Bumblebee, and honestly all I know is like Bumblebee and Optimus and Megatron, and that's about it. The rest of these guys, no idea. Yeah, I don't know who that is, but she's got a sword, which is pretty rad. Got that. Pretty simple. Same thing. Looking at the back of the box, Transformers deck building game. Transform and roll out. The Autobots are brave robot warriors hailing from the planet Cybertron. Their mission to stop the Decepticons from enacting their evil schemes on Earth. In this deck building game, you will take on the role of one of the mighty Autobots, travel and explore the Matrix, and transform between your different modes as you gain allies, find relics, and acquire technology to do battle with the Decepticons. But be warned, as your deck grows, more powerful Decepticons will rise up to challenge you. The Transformers deck building game can be played competitively or as a cooperative experience. This core set will begin your collection with everything needed to play, but the battle is far from over as playable Decepticons are on the way to expand your game. Components: 50 starter cards, 36 basic cards, 85 main deck cards, 6 Decepticon boss cards, 10 encounter cards, 5 reference cards, 6 oversized character cards, 15 tracking tokens, 8 reminder tokens, 6 player standees, that's what those are, 40 victory point tokens, 5 Energon cubes, and a rulebook. Play as your favorite Autobots in a race to defeat the Decepticons. Over 190 cards. Cooperative and competitive game modes. 13 plus, 1 to 5 players, 45 to 90 minutes. Estimation could take longer, could be quicker. At least for me, I'm gonna doubt that. It's probably gonna be closer to 1.5 to 2 hours per game. So I don't know. This is just an advertisement for their other games. My brother actually has the Power Rangers deck building game. We can check that out later. The manual, which is in full color, so I always appreciate that. The cards. Ooh, stacking the sizes for 1 player. Okay. And different up to 5 players. I like that. Especially because I'm going to be playing single quite a bit more. Or I at least can play it more. More opportunity to play solo than I do with people. It's just easier to just knock them out. Not sure how I would theme it though, other than just playing it out. With like Legendary and the DC deck building game, I can theme it per the movie. I'm not sure this one would work that way. See, -1s, ongoing, the points. They're nice, and I don't know if you can tell, but they're textured. Yeah, right there you can see the squares. They're nice and textured, which is pretty neat. I guess I can put them in these holes. Yeah, these are texture that you can't quite... There you go, you can see it right there. The texture is pretty nice, actually. Okay, so once you finally get all those out, you have the character ones, which the artwork continues after and before the standee. So it's kind of neat how they did that. But also means very little after you get rid of this cardboard template thingy. Done. Have these standee plastic pieces, they stand on them. Here are the oversized cards. I'm actually a little curious as to... This is just a standard size card. So I think these are probably the same size as a standard size card, so I can get these, which are transparent enough so you can kind of still see the artwork, but they are opaque enough so that I can't tell like an older one from a newer one, which is ideal. As for these big cards, I'm wondering if they are the same size as, say, the DC deck building game main deck cards, which I think it is actually the same size. I think. So I can use these sleeves that I use for these guys, because they are double-sided, so it matters. These, I think the Teen Titans Go ones were double-sided, so it did, want to have that. But that means I can sleeve these up, and I can sleeve them up soon, because I still have extra sleeves, because I got extra. But what we got so far, we have a Ratchet, who I'm not familiar with at all, but here he is. You may transform when battling adversaries, -1 power. And here's the robot mode. Assists you play have +1 range. Put unresolved assists you place back into your hand. 1 cube. If you removed 1+ damage from another player this turn, gain 1 victory point or draw 2 cards. Pretty good. 2 cubes. Return up to 2 damage controlled by a player in your space or an adjacent space to the stack. Okay, so we have a Kree, 3 energy instead of 2, whatever that means. When battling adversaries, -1 power. That might all do that to a degree. The Autobot form. First time you play a maneuver during each player's turn, draw 1 card. 1 cube, +1 power. 2 cubes, reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. Draw one of them and destroy the other. Playing hardball with that one, I suppose. We have a Wheeljack, who I don't know, but also has that 2. After you resolve an ambush, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's technology, draw it. Otherwise, leave it or discard it. When battling adversaries, -1 power. Each technology you play has +1 power. Batman, basically. 1 cube, your technology cards have +2 range this turn. 2, gain 1 technology card from the destroyed pile. Ironhide. 2, first time you transform this turn, +1 power. When battling adversaries, -1 power. Ironhide, when you block an attack, draw 1 card. Put 1 block from your discard pile on top of your deck. 2, block. Range 0 may be used during any player's turn. We have Bumblebee. 2, when you transform, you may flip a card in the adjacent space face up. When battling adversaries, -1. During your turn, +1 power for each ally you control. 1, +1 power. 2, each time you draw an encounter this turn, draw 2 encounter cards instead and discard 1 of them. I don't really know what any of this stuff means yet. Optimus Prime. 2, when you flip an adversary in your space, +1 power, you may transform prior to the ambush. When battling adversaries, +1 power. Each Autobot you play during your turn has +1 power. 1, draw 1 card. 2, block. Range 2 may be used during any player's turn. So these are pretty cool. I'm assuming you start off as the alt Autobot forms, then you turn into the bot forms. Later on, when you have enough of whatever this number is, once you have enough of those, you can then transform, assuming play out the rest of your turn, and there's probably like a grid, like a strategy RPG. Here are the Energon cubes, which are like, they're filled, like they're not hollow. They're very much solid. They're just like pink little cubes, so you could use anything for these probably. Some are bigger, so they might be worth more. Not sure yet, but they do have a weight to them that you wouldn't have expected. And we have some decks. This box, the insert, has a hole. I guess you can dig your hand in there to pick out the cards, which I kind of appreciate because sometimes it's hard to get these things out. All right, that's where we start. I don't even know if this is a right stack, but one of these stacks, we have the Dropship, 5 and 3, Force Dome, Jump, Recon, Quick Change, Helping Hand, Heroic Effort, Charge, Dodge, More Than Meets the Eye, Transformers, all of these, Rumble, Laser Beak, that one's kind of cool. Oh, these are Decepticons, Mini Cassette, Ravage, Mini Cassette, Kickback, Scavenger, Construction Type, Skywarp, Scrapper, Construction Type, Shrapnel, Brawl, Bone Crusher, Thundercracker, Bombshell, Energon Mine, large, Energon Mine, small, Autobot Base, Military Base, Arctic, Desert, City, Matrix of Leadership, that would be Optimus is like heart or soul, whatever, Polarity Gauntlet, Phase Shifter, Resonance Blaster, Tox N, Jetfire, Spike, Witchwiki, Verity Carlo, Sparkplug Witchwiki, Military Airstrike, Kyle Penningen, Military Transport, Hostage Crisis, Space Bridge to Cybertron, Magnetized Core, All Out Assault, Divided Loyalties, Soundwave, Astro Train, Starscream, Blitzwing, Megatron, Devastator, Mass Extermination, Energon Embargo, Orbital Laser, Stolen Power. Ooh, Cooperative Scheme. Oh, these are schemes. That's kind of cool. I like the fact that they're schemes. Okay, cool. Stolen Power, Rising Darkness, Ambush. Oh, sorry. Dominance, Casualties of War, Outmaneuvered, EMP, Crushing Blow, Undermined, Power Fluctuation, Underestimated, Out of Gas, Uphill Battle. Oh, these must be the reference cards for each person to look at. It's like, what do I do in this when you're first learning? Good to have. Fair. And the normal cards back. Okay, so encounter cards have different backs. So maybe for these, I'll have like a clear back. And then for the main deck, which is what this looks like, I can have the red version of one of these. I use Pro Matte sleeves, and they're a little less shiny, so they go up on camera a little better. I like them, they shuffle nice. Anyway, yeah, I'll use the red ones for this. For these, I'll probably just use clear ones so I don't mess these with the others, unless there's a time where you shuffle them together, but that wouldn't really make sense. And the second stack, okay. Have Courage, or are these, okay, more main, these are probably, oh yeah, starter cards. Courage, bunch of Courage cards. I'm no stranger to starter cards. Okay, we have Firepower. These are the attackers. So, okay. It's nothing too crazy. Patrol. Okay, pretty neat. Fix. Reserves. Okay, so the starter deck has more variety than most other starting decks that I've seen before, so that's interesting. Basic cards, such as Damage. There's a lot of them. Transform and Roll Out. These are very basic. So I'm wondering how that goes about. A Kree. Autobot. Brawn. Mirage. Bumblebee. Cliff Jumper. Hound. Prowl. Jazz. Wheeljack. Optimus Prime, Ratchet, Ironhide, Technology, Ground Bridge, Repair Bay, Galactic Positioning System, Energon Drill, Teletram 1, and Energy Swords, which might be my personal favorite. So that's all the cards included in the Transformers deck building game base set. And I do know that there's at least 2 sets that are going to be coming out. I think one extra that's already out might be a little harder to find depending on the site that you go to. Let's see if I enjoy this game. Once all the sleeves come in, I'll give it a shot, maybe stream it. I've been really lacking on that. I've had plenty of pre-recorded content, but streaming, if you guys want to see streamed content, just let us know in the comment section below what exactly games you guys want to see streamed. Whether it's the DC deck building game, Legendary Marvel deck building game, the Power Rangers deck building game, or even the new Transformers deck building game. Well guys, that's it for Transformers deck building game. If you want to stay up to date on my videos and live streams both YouTube and Twitch, check out links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe, and consider joining. That's all for now guys. Manjoume out.